spirits. Carnival, not. Here's my chat. Okay, there's my chat. Okay, let's do this. Set this up in the live chat so that way I can keep track of all of my chat. 3. Fuck, somebody already beat me to the first like. All right, but yes, welcome to the interview with the cat with the guy with the one, the only CaliGreen2Fresh. I'm gonna be adding him into the panel now. Hopefully he jumps in. This is the last 3 minutes. Oh, here we go. CaliGreen2Fresh. You are on the... That's not what I wanted. Fuck. Okay, there we go. Okay, now to share this shit across the interwebs. Okay, publish this. Go back to my home page, my home timeline. Publish it there. And then, of course, publish it on, and then tweet that shit. And then, of course, close Twitter. No, I'm not going to close Twitter yet. Oh, the gutter water is damn delicious. That it's percolating from way beneath the streets all the way to the Billboard charts. Apparently, Ouija Mac has made the Billboard at number 13 at the Heat Seekers and 39 on the independent charts. It's just a quick announcement there. All right, but yeah, Cali should be in here. CaliGreen should be in here soon. I have the questions on the ready. I have a thing of coffee here I'm drinking. Hopefully more people will join in. Hopefully he will be in here soon. I should try to hit him up on Facebook right quick. It is now officially 12 o'clock. This is officially when the interview is supposed to start. No, DJ, not yet. That's not till 2 o'clock. I'm going to be gone at 2 o'clock. I'll be leaving out at 2 o'clock. And then I will be back by 4 o'clock. 4:30 at late. 5:30 maximum latest. But yeah, that's not till a little later. That's not for another 2 hours. 2.5, some change like that. 2.5, 3 hours. Still waiting for Cali Green to get in. Says that he's online on Facebook. Does not say that he's online on Hangouts. Pardon me. I should just hit up on Twitter again to see if there's any new announcements for the gathering. Even though I am not gathering, which sucks. I wish I was. I wish me and Venus were gathering this year. That'd be some shit. That would be some dope shit. Let's see. MNE, Jane Voorhees. My ass in the sun bumping that. Oh, I forgot Morte had come out today. So after this, there might be 3 videos coming out today. The 2 streams, and then in between might be the new A&B album. So yeah, just waiting. Or he can jump in through the link I just sent him on Hangouts. Let's see. I'm guessing that Twisted just released Series 2 Ninja Buddy. Blaze your dead, homie. All right, let's see. What else is there to report? Nothing much, actually. Wait, there's a Forza Horizon 4 coming out? Holy Christ. This is actually taking longer than I expected. I thought he would have been I thought he would have been on already and we would have got the ball rolling. But, you know, he's probably got, I want to say other shit going because he said today he was going to be free all day. Yeah. Well, maybe I should have scheduled this for later today. Oh, what up? There he is. All right. So we can get this underway now. I was worried something else came up with you and, you know, you had to go out and do some shit.
Oh, no. This is just very early for me. I fell back asleep.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing earlier. I woke up at like 4 or 5, and I was like, yeah, no, fuck this. I'm going back to sleep.
See, I usually go to bed about 5-ish, so.
Damn, that's like the time I go to bed on Saturdays because I stay up all night watching anime and shit. So,
Well, I work late nights, so I usually get out of work around 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I usually go to bed between 5 to like 7 in the morning.
Okay.
But lucky for you, I had surgery the other day, so I've been off the last few days.
All right, so wait, what kind of surgery did you have, man?
I had a vasectomy, actually.
Okay, now I wish I didn't ask.
Yeah, so my balls are the size of grapefruits at the moment.
Yeah, my mom. I actually live with my mom. I have epilepsy, so kind of can't live on my own. Plus, she's going in today at 2:00 to get her last cast taken off. She had severe arthritis in her foot, and they had to do some surgery and shit. Now she got a plate and 4 screws in her foot. So, yeah,
it
sucks ass.
I've had multiple procedures done though. In addition to this vasectomy, I had what is that called? Epidural treatments for my back. So I was in a car accident earlier this year. So I had some epidural treatments, and I might have to go back for more the end of this month.
Are you rocking? What kind of hat are you rocking? I can't really tell. I wear
got my DGAF on right now.
All right. Yeah, I actually wear glasses. Just for live streams, interviews and shit like that. This is the look I don. Obviously, it looks very similar to Don Chaos.
A little bit. But it doesn't help that you both have chaos in your name either.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm in 3 months since I've already used all 3 of my name changes. It's going from Chaos Clown Joker to Infected. Well, yeah, no, it's still gonna have Chaos, and there's gonna be Infected Chaos Juggalo, but Chaos is not gonna be the main part. All right, but yeah. Okay, so we'll get this. There's nobody in the fucking chat, so honestly, nobody gave a fuck enough to come in here. We will still do this anyways.
It doesn't matter because I will share the fuck out of this after it's out there.
Yeah, exactly. I normally get more views after I've done something, but that does not matter. I mean, I did a stream one time. It wound up blowing up to 100 views after the stream got over with.
I feel like I get minimal on my live streams. Like every once in a while, I'll get like up to 20 or something, and I'm like, oh shit, the fuck happened?
Shit, right. All right, so I shared the link to this to Facebook, Twitter. I still don't know how to do I have Instagram. I don't know how to post on it. We'll just put it at that. Okay, so let's get the ball rolling with some questions. All right. Let's see. We'll start off with the atypical one that I normally ask always first, and that is, how long have you been a juggalo?
Well, I first heard ICP sometime between 96, 97. So yeah, it's been a while.
Damn, I'd say the same thing. I started listening in 97. My oldest brother gave me the Great Malenko, and that was it. It was all uphill from there.
Well, you see, like Great Malenko was about to drop whenever I discovered ICP. So like my mom had started dating this guy who was a juggalo. And she's like, hey, throw on the Chicken Hunting song for Doug. Like, they picked me up from school, and it's my first time meeting the guy. And his response is basically, oh, which version?
Yeah, because they got original and they got the Slaughterhouse remix.
Yeah, so they threw on the Slaughterhouse remix, and yeah, it's been history ever since. You know, we went to go see ICP play. I want to say it was the Juggalo Funhouse tour. I could be wrong. They did like a couple tours there back to back. But yeah, I went to go see them shortly after, and you know, I was blown away by the live performance, and been fucking down ever since.
Yeah, I actually smashed 2 questions in one, because the first question was how long you been a juggalo. Second one was how'd you get into the wicked shit, and you basically covered two questions in one. All right. Sorry, just let me get a sip of this here coffee out of my Christmas mug. Okay, so how did you get into YouTubing?
Okay, when it comes to YouTubing, before I started doing like juggalo YouTubing, I started with the collaboration with my homie called Half Hour Stoner Power. And the original concept was basically that we were going to make like half-hour long webisodes of just weird stoner shit, and we had a bunch of skits written and everything. And it's still to this day has never fully taken off.
Damn.
And we started that in like 2010, or actually 2009-ish. Yeah, like 2009 we started doing that. So it's been 9 years in the making.
9 years and still ain't taken off from the ground.
Yeah, man, it's been hard, especially now because my homie's in LA and I'm out in Riverside County. So yeah, LA County, Riverside County, like I'm in between like San Diego and LA.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
It's a little over an hour drive to LA. So we just haven't been able to link up and get shit popping. But in the beginning, we weren't able to get it off the ground because we were trying to do it with too many people.
Right.
So it was my idea. I presented it to my homie because my homie kind of has a foot in the door in the industry. His dad actually is like a director, well, like assistant director, like the third director type shit on like different TV shows. Yeah.
I've never heard of the assistant director.
Yeah, they'll have like 3 directors when it comes to like TV shows, and he's usually like the third director. So basically a nobody. He's got his foot in the door, but still a nobody. But we started like collaborating because I know that he did some underground stuff. He did something called like, what was it? Captain Undergarments, not Captain Underpants. He did a thing called Captain Undergarment. So, yeah, it's kind of a spin-off of that. And I was like, I presented half-hour Stoner Power to him, and he was like, well, hey, I got this group of homies I've been kicking it with, smoking with, and I think they'll be awesome. And I'm like, bro, the more people, the harder it's going to be.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll go right into the next question. Okay, not a lot of juggalos would answer this. I've asked DC, I've asked Crazy, I've asked Don, I've asked a couple other dudes. What do you think of the progress, or what do you think of Magic Ninja as a whole right now?
Well, you see, how do I put this? They have a good team. They have a really good fucking roster. I mean, being that half the roster is ex-psychopathic.
Yeah.
But you know, I just listened to that new A&B last night.
I still got to do that.
I've always been a hardcore. I don't know how well you can see that. You know, I got my
hatchet, the double hatchets.
I've always been a hardcore A&B supporter. But with this new album, I felt like there was a lack of direction. And I don't know what the fuck it is about it. I have to give it another listen. Maybe I was just tripping, you know. They got me on meds and shit, you know.
That's probably the reason.
But I mean, every A&B album that they've dropped since God's Hand, you know, first listen, I'm sold. And this is the first album where I wasn't sold after the first listen. So I don't know why that is, but I mean, as a label, Magic Ninja, you know, they have all the right fucking people. They have all the right tools. But I feel like with Psychopathic, they really put a lot of focus in building. Whereas Magic Ninja, it seems they're just throwing the people out there.
That's true.
Now, some people, they're good at selling themselves. Gmo Ski, good example, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking put himself out there. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. I mean, I did because he used to run with, who was it? He used to, I can't remember. It was like Team Backpack or something like that. But I remember like whenever he dropped like the Got Filth 1 and 2 back in the day, and Fago Lovers, all that. I remember GMO Ski before, you know, some other people do, but you know, he really had a solid product. Whereas Lex the Hexmaster, you know, like I feel like whatever. But if they were to put more direction towards actually building up these artists instead of just throwing them out there and having them do everything themselves,
right,
then maybe they'd have something more going. I mean, like they did that album last year. What was it called? Like their double album? Was that Attack of the Ninjas or something? Was that the album?
I think that was Attack of the Ninjas. I'm not totally sure. I didn't really give that a listen to, so
I gave it a listen, but I don't remember like the name of it. I think it was like the Attack of the Ninjas like album. Some shit like that. I mean, that was cool. It was cool, but I just feel like they're not doing as much as they could for their artists.
Right. Because a lot of people sit there and they sit there and they look at Gmo Ski and they feel like, okay, I'll use this as a perfect example. Like damn, I don't forget who fucking told me this, but they said that that Gmo they say that a lot of his shit sounds identical to his previous shit, and whereas when they had him producing diss tracks towards ICP and Psychopathic, it sounded different. And I've heard this a lot from a lot of other dudes. They sit there, oh, Gmo is good for diss tracks, but everything else he does is just same old, same old. I mean, that's what I've heard from other dudes, but it's to each their own. I mean, you know,
see, I really liked My Filthy Spirit Bomb. Then again, I'm big into, you know, anime, so
I'm glad you said that. It's probably going to be a question. I'm glad you said that's going to be a question that comes up later on. But yeah, okay. I don't know if you've ever interviewed anybody yourself on your own channel. But if you did have the opportunity to interview anybody, who would you want to interview on your channel?
Well, my personal channel, I don't really do much with. You know, everything I do is Carnival Spirits.
Right.
But I've done quite a few interviews actually. You know, I've interviewed Class. I interviewed Geno Colt shit, rest in peace. I've done a lot of interviews over the years. Fucking Project Born. One motherfucker I'd really like to interview though, who is you know, popping right now. Ouija. I've been trying to get that Ouija interview since he was announced to Psychopathic. You know, I've always been a Swag 2 fan, and you know, I would be down to interview Ouija, even just like all the Swag 2 shit. I'll just throw that shit to the side. You know, I just want to know about Ouija. And one of my big questions would be, hey, motherfucker, where's my shirt I ordered back in October from you?
All right, Alan the Clown just got into the chat. He was like, what's up, Cali? What's your favorite Swag Tooth song?
Well, I mean, of course, Gossip is way up there. But I'd have to say Virgin Mobile off Rainbrella.
All right. Okay, jumping to the next question. Speaking of Ouija Mac, what is your opinion on your opinions on the two latest artists, both Psychopathic and MNE, and I'm speaking of course, Ouija Mac and Lars.
All right, so Ouija Mac, you know, pretty much covered that. Whenever they dropped Cypher, I was blown the fuck away. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking dope. Now, it would have been nice to have seen Swag Tooth get signed, but seeing what Ouija has put out, I mean, I'm blown away. And his solo shit is way better than anything Swagtooth ever did, which is just mind-boggling to me because I loved them so much. And Lars, they were originally known as the Davidians, which is a group I was supposed to have interviewed back in the day as well. But yeah, I've been a fan of fucking Gordy and Bizarre for years, man. For fucking years. So to see them get picked up, I thought was dope. And they're one of the groups I feel that, you know, can really hold their own. So when it comes to like what we were talking about earlier with MNE, Lars is one of those groups. They just needed a name backing them, but they can do everything on their fucking own. But I fucking love them. I love them, you know, have for years.
Okay. So, next question is, what do you actually think of outside of Psychopathic and MNE, even outside of Strange Music? What do you think of the rap game, the rap scene as of today, with a lot of the new stuff that's coming out, like mumble rappers and all that?
So we're going to talk more mainstream?
Yeah.
All right. More mainstream. It's very picky choosy. You know, I follow everything just because, but some people won't agree with me on this. But, you know, like, I've been listening to like Suicide Boys since before they fucking got big. Then they're big now, you know. They've dropped shit with Juicy J. They're up there now, you know. But like a lot of the people that are more in the limelight right now would be, you know, I guess like Trippie Redd's up there. I fuck with Trippie Redd. I fuck with a lot of the new shit. Not all of it. Definitely not all of it. Like I fuck Drake. Fuck Drake.
I cannot agree more strongly with you on that. He needs to go back to Canada where he belongs.
Yeah, right. Go back to Canada, do some more TV, you know, because that's about as real as you're gonna get. Getting shot on Degrassi is the realest thing to happen in your life. You know,
he can honestly, and I know we are stuck with Justin Bieber because that stupid ass hockey game we had with them. Oh, how about this? Whoever wins gets beer. Whoever loses keeps Bieber. And we fucking lost. Stuck with that white ass. Oh, I hate him so much. Go back to Canada. Thank you. Don Chaos is in the chat. Says hashtag Year of the Gnome. What's up, Chaos?
Right.
Suicide Boys are dope. Degrassi LMAO. Okay, so outside of YouTube, you obviously do work. But outside of YouTubing and working, what do you do on free time?
Aside from YouTube and working, listen to a lot of fucking music and you know, watch a lot of movies and binge watch shows with my wife. Honestly, like we watch a lot of we just got caught up on a few seasons of House MD.
That was the show in the bit back. Oh my god.
That was a show back in the day. You know, we rented some movies from Redbox last night. What do we got here? Never even made it to the house. We got the new Maze Runner.
I've already seen the first two. I need to see the third one.
Yeah. Like we saw the first one, the second one, getting ready to do the third one. But yeah, man, mostly binge watch TV and search for new music, man. I'm always on the hunt for some brand new music. I mean, my car is...
I do the same thing. I'm heavy into metal.
Full of CDs, you know, like...
Damn, he's got them CDs on deck.
Oh, there's more. There's more in here. There's more CDs in here, you know. I got fucking CDs for fucking days.
For days.
So that's what I do, man. I listen to a lot of music.
This motherfucker here, he goes on a cross-country trip from Cali to fucking, if he ever came to New York, he could make a whole trip and he'd blow all them shits up in like someone's trip. and then he and them some.
I think I got like the big ass booklet in the back too, like the fucking old school. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask you what got you into music, because honestly, I don't know if you have taken interest into producing some of your own stuff or not. So
I can answer this really quick. What got me into music was my mom, for sure. Whenever I was a kid, she constantly tells me, you know, your favorite movie when you were 2 years old was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. So, yeah, I've like as a kid, I was heavy into like Kiss. There was a group called Ugly Kid Joe back in the day that I was really big into, and I've always been a music guy. Music is really big in my family. My uncle was known as Mohawk Joe, the first punk rocker of Evansville, Indiana.
Nice.
So, you know, my grandma still goes to concerts to this day. Like, Candlebox knows her by name.
Damn. All right. Okay. I'm not going to ask you how long you've been YouTubing, because that one was covered earlier. Let's see. Okay. If you were an artist, if you were doing your own music, producing your own shit, if you had the opportunity, or if you could pick an artist to do a collaboration track with, who would you want to do a collaboration track with?
Actually, I have a track in the works right now with and this kind of fell into my lap. Gino Colt shit, who is, you know, been deceased for a few years now, but the homie fucking Ghetto Freak Show, you know, he's working with me on Carnival Spirits, the mixtape volume 2, and he's like, hey, I got this track and it's got Gino on the hook. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's one of my dreams, to like work with him. We were supposed to work with him before he passed away, and it just kind of fell into my lap. So I've been writing a verse for that, and that's one of my biggest fucking, you know, inspirations right there.
All right, cool. Not even gonna bother asking, are you a fan of any current rap artists? You've already covered that one in the rap scene question. 1 minute, I'm getting hit up by somebody on Facebook really quick. Okay, one is Mac and Hose.
What up, Mac?
Okay, so he's okay with me doing the interview with him later on at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock p.m. this time. That'd be like 6 o'clock your time. Some like that. I don't know. Not totally sure.
that'd be like 4 my time.
Yeah, probably more like 4 your time, because my fiance actually lives in Washington State, so I kind of have to keep track of the 2 separate timelines. Let's see. Actually, this is interesting because I've actually managed to hit up a bunch of other dudes, like for interviews, and you know, one of them is actually this one I'll probably get a lot of skin for, a lot of hate. I'm not sure. 2 of them. One is gonna be Boy Blue. I don't know. I'm still trying to get some shit scheduled with him. And the other one is I actually hit up just yesterday is Playboy the Beast. I got fucking questions to ask, and I want answers.
I remember it was like half a year ago, Playboy the Beast was saying that he's charging for interviews.
Oh hell no. If he wants money, then I'm not. Then fuck it. I don't want the interview with you. No, thank you.
That's what I'm saying, because like I interview people too, and I saw that, and he was someone on my bucket list to interview, and I'm like, paid interview? Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. No thanks. I'll find somebody else who does interviews free. All right. Let's see. You're obviously a big movie fan. I actually have a show that you might know, might not know. It's called Scrubs. It's fucking hilarious. It's kind of like House, but only more comedic. It's hilarious. They got like 9 seasons, I think. So
haven't gotten into that yet. That's one we'll have to add to the list.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to check that out. But yeah, you're obviously a big movie fan. You and your wife are big into movies. You said that you binge watch them. Kind of reminds me of my own mom. She binge watches movies a lot. She watches new shit before I get to watch it, and it's like, God damn it. But movie wise, what are some of the genres of movies that you are particular about? Like, there's horror, sci-fi, action, adventure, comedy, drama. Like, what are some of the ones you like to watch the most?
Definitely horror, sci-fi, but I'm into like really cheesy shit. Like, I can't even lie. I like really cheesy, like 70s horror. You know, clearly fake blood and shit like that. But then I'm also like really into like 50s, 60s sci-fi.
Okay.
So I'm into a lot of weird shit that most people aren't into. The original Universal monster movies, you know, fucking Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of my all-time favorites.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of that type of shit. Plan 9 from Outer Space. I was a big Ed Wood fan, like all throughout high school. Toxic Avenger. Fucking Puppet Master is my all-time favorite horror movie.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's classic.
Yeah, and I just saw the new one that they put out, which was like they had like a 3-movie like fucking trilogy within them. And like the third one they just put out like last year. Finally got to see that. It was pretty fucking dope. Extremely low key. I mean, not low key, low budget compared to the other ones, but it was still pretty fresh.
I think I've seen it. I'm not too sure. I think I watched it on TV or something because they did like this whole Puppet Master thing on TV at one time this year, and I think I saw it. Okay, let's see. Okay, other than movies, shows, you look like a gamer. You got that, you know, like I get that vibe. It's like video games. Yeah, I get that a lot because I'm a video gamer myself. I don't own a system currently, which I did. Then I'd be doing, other than interviews and live streams and random crap, I'd be doing gameplay videos. But what kind of video games are you into?
You see, I'm not as much of a gamer as I used to be. When it comes to gaming, you know, I kind of fell off when I moved to Los Angeles. I moved to LA when I was a freshman in high school.
Damn.
And you know, I had the city, so there wasn't much need to stay inside and play video games. But when it comes to like, I just bought a PS3. You know, that tells you how behind I am.
Yeah.
I've been doing here lately. Whenever I do play video games, I've been playing Twisted Metal. So I got that. But then I'm hardcore into old school video games though. So like Sega, you know. I love my Genesis. I'm trying to come up on a 64. You know, fucking Mario 64 is my fucking all-time game.
Trust me, dude. I'm a big fan of I like the newer game consoles. Graphics are awesome and shit, but hands down when it comes to it, I have to agree. The old school stuff is always better because it was simpler.
Oh yeah, a lot simpler. You know what I mean? A lot, but even though they were simpler, they were still harder. You could sit down and like beat a brand new game in a matter of hours these days. You know, you can sit there fucking 12 hours later, you're done. Whereas Mario 64, it took me fucking years to beat that shit.
Exactly. It could take you weeks, months, years.
Like a few years ago, one of my favorite games as a kid was Altered Beast, you know, for Sega.
Oh, I know that game.
I finally beat Altered Beast a few years ago. And that was hard as fuck to do, but I finally did it.
Oh, damn. Years later, after being a kid, now he's an adult, married.
Yeah.
I finally fucking beat it. Life goal accomplished.
But yeah, like a lot of the newer systems, I'll get them when they're outdated because, you know, like even though they're outdated, it'll still be new to me.
Exactly. I mean, like there's this one dude I watch on YouTube. His name is, he goes by Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh yeah.
And even he's got some of the newer game consoles, but of course he reviews all the shittier games, like games that, you know, like nobody will ever play because they're that fucking bad.
Oh yeah, and that's a lot of the shit I like. That's a lot of the shit I like. It's way too hard. I have actually played a lot of the games that he's played that he says are supremely difficult. And like one of the games that I played when I was a kid, it was called Krusty's Funhouse. It was for the Sega. Yes. Yes, that game was so ridiculously hard. You had the like mice running around and
mice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick story. I was, I would say probably 10, maybe roughly. I don't really remember. But I was sitting there. I was in my room and I was sharing a room with my two younger brothers. And we had the Sega in there. I think we had it on the Sega or it was on the SNES. But we would sit there. We would be synonymous for breaking controllers. Like it was ridiculous on how much money was being spent on just controllers. Fuck the games and the game systems. Controllers where the money went. But I was sitting there. I was in my room and I was stuck on this one level one time. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to fucking get up. It was like a jump. I had to get up above and sitting there. I'm getting. It goes from I'm angry and then it goes to frustration and then it goes to anger and rage, and I sit there and my mom comes in and she just takes the controller and she just does it like it was nothing. You just do, and I'm like I just walk out, get up, walk out, and our room was literally across the hall from like the stairs. So I walk over, I wind up leaving a hole in the wall like this. I fucking big booted the wall, and I didn't have big feet back then. I'm like 10, and I'm leaving a hole like this big in the wall. Had to go out. That year they had I think it was just shortly after they released Jurassic Lost World. I had got like this huge almost life-size poster of like a T-Rex coming out of the poster. Yeah, that hole got covered up by that. So it stayed that way for a long while. But yeah.
Funny story. You bring me to a funny story. One time at the homie's house, and we're just recording us doing stupid shit like wrestling moves, like jumping off a little coffee table thing onto his bed. And somehow it turned into, watch this. I turn around and I moon the camera, and I was gonna like jump into the wall and like onto the bed, and I went straight through his fucking wall with my ass hanging out on camera.
Oh my god, that would have been. I'm sorry, that would have been hilarious to see if that would have been posted on YouTube. I'd watch that like 100 times over.
Oh, but you just hear his mom go, "Zach, what the hell was that?" "Nothing, Mom." And like he had some posters that weren't up on the wall yet, you know, and poster tubes still, and like we're taking them out, like trying to like cover up the fucking wall, the hole in his wall.
Yeah, the giant hole that you put in his wall. So yeah.
Posters aren't big enough because I hit right in between the beams. So I just went straight through it, and his mom comes in the room and sees the big ass hole, and that hole was there for like at least 10 years.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, remember me by for many years.
All right, but towards the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that you were into anime. And I did tell you that this would be brought up later in the interview. What animes are you actually into?
Okay, so as a kid, I actually watched Dragon Ball Z before it was officially like brought over to America, like before it was on Toonami. My mom was into Sailor Moon. We went to this anime convention, and we bought cassettes of like, they were fan dubs of Dragon Ball Z. Fan dubs. And
that must have sounded amazing.
Oh man, I wish I still had them. It was so ridiculous. But that's how I got into Dragon Ball Z. And me and my wife, we've been binge watching Naruto Shippuden here lately. Which I was really big into Naruto, but somewhere between a move, like we didn't have internet for a while. So we weren't able to like keep up, and we got lost somewhere between like 150 and 250 because there's so many fucking episodes of it.
And it's not even just episodes, it's like you also got the filler arcs in between. So
oh yeah, and that's what throws shit off, trying to figure out where you are when there's so much filler. And we just finally decided, fuck it, we're gonna settle for a certain point, and we're finally up to speed. We're at the beginning of like the big fucking ninja war right now, where all the like fucking where everyone's come together, like all the different like clans have come together. So that's what we've been watching here lately. But I mean, Akira, fucking Desert Punk, one of my all-time favorites. Desert Punk's the fucking shit.
You're gonna have to look that one up.
Oh, bro, it's ridiculously awesome. You will not be disappointed. But yeah, of course, like Trigun and One Piece. I love me some anime. I liked a lot of Tenchi Muyo when I was a kid. My daughter's actually named after Sailor Moon's daughter.
Nice.
Her middle name is Minnie. And we gave her the last name Moon.
Minnie Moon. So, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, huge anime freak over here.
Yeah, I'm actually still into Dragon Ball. I actually watch Dragon Ball Super every fucking Saturday. So
dude, I haven't gotten into Super yet, just because of whenever I binge watch things, I usually do it with my wife. Right. And I got to get her on the same page. She's not really into Dragon Ball. Right. So whenever I get into Super, if she's not going to join in with me, I'm going to have to do it while she's sleeping.
Right.
Fuck it.
Let's see. Are there any other questions? Speaking of kids, me and my fiance don't have kids yet, strictly for the fact that I'm here in New York State and she lives over there on the West Coast. We just recently got back together after a short time apart. Not going to get too much into that, but yeah, we had talked about kids and eventually having them in the future. And it's an interesting story because last year when I was over there, we went to the library and we took out a baby names book, and it just so happened that it was all fantasy, video game, anime names. Because we're nerds for this stuff. We are nerds for it. And we actually surfed through it, and we were like, I wonder what names we could give our kids. Like, because in my family, I was first born between my mother and father, and then my sister came, and then my two youngest brothers. So it's obvious that when me and her have kids, we'll have a son first, then we'll have a daughter. And we've even got names picked out for them already. Like two of my most all-time favorite games from the PlayStation were Devil May Cry and Soul Reaper. It's Soul Reaver. Sorry, Soul Reaver. So we figure, we were looking through it, and I was like, I run across the main character from Soul Reaver, Raziel. I was like, well, we could call our son Raziel, and his middle name could be Dante.
Ooh.
And then we figure, and then we looked through the girls' names, and she was like, well, I really like, yeah, I actually have them on my phone, so I don't forget. I sat there, she was like, I like Kyra. I don't remember which I don't know if that's anime or video game or something like that. And then she said, and she saw the name Lilith. I was like, and that's anime or video game, I already know the origin behind the actual Lilith name, first wife of Adam. So she was like, well, we can name our daughter Kyra Lilith. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty dope. So yeah, we got our kids' names all picked out and we're lined up for them before birth. So yeah. I mean, me personally, I love kids. I get along really well with kids. Like, I helped my mom raise my 2 younger brothers. I helped my best friend Josh's mom raise her 2 youngest when they were born. So yeah, I'm really good with kids. So I can't wait. And you obviously
they're definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing.
And you have obviously gotten a vasectomy, so that means you're not looking for no more kids.
I've got 3. We've got my oldest, who's 10, Desi Pierre Elias Boyd. Mm-hmm. And then my daughter, Topanga Mini Moon. And then the youngest, who's not even a year old yet, he's named after, his name is Slade Sasuke Moon. So Slade after Deathstroke, right. Sasuke after, of course, Sasuke from Naruto. And then we plan on changing all of our last names to Moon. So that started with my daughter, and we brought it on to the youngest. So
nice. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I was really happy that, like, originally I was pushing for Sasuke to be the first name. But we compromised on Slade. We were binge watching Green Arrow, and Slade Wilson came up and is like, hey, Slade's a pretty badass name. So
yeah, I really couldn't get into Arrow. I couldn't.
We see, like, I'm a Deathstroke fan, so right. It worked out. It just worked out. I think I have a Death. Yeah, right there. I'm a fucking.
He has it in his car.
Yes, I have it in my car. I have a lot of shit in my car. I need to clean this shit out.
All right, but yeah, I actually have that's actually a good question now that you brought this Slade and Deathstroke up. Are you a bigger fan of DC or of Marvel?
All right. It's kind of hard to say. As a kid, there wasn't really a difference for me, like comic books for comic books.
Right.
But in today's age, this is a big rivalry, DC and Marvel. It depends. It really fucking depends. I like a lot of the newer stuff DC's been doing. I really liked Suicide Squad. I've always been huge into Batman. Justice League was dope. Batman vs Superman was shit. Yeah, I had that same cup. Hell yeah.
Please.
Batman is shit. It's all about the Riddler. Riddler's been my guy since I was a kid.
Oh, Joker's been my dude.
Hell yeah. But when it comes to, like, the movie aspect, I mean, it's hard to say, man. I just like superheroes, Like, I really just like superheroes. I've been trying to get my wife into the Marvel universe a bit. She's not really feeling it as much. I'm behind on all the fucking Marvel movies, Deadpool, it's all about Deadpool. Like,
I actually have a Deadpool shirt.
I still haven't seen Deadpool 2 just because
I actually do not. I can't wear it. My fiance bought it for me. She was buying me. She was where was she? She was at this mall or something. She was at a super mall, or she was in Seattle or something. And she saw the shirt. She knew I was a fan of Deadpool, and it's sort of like a jersey because it's got the stripes across the sleeves. And she asked me what size I wear. I was like, oh, she already should have knew this. I was sitting there thinking to myself, she should knew this, because I'm a big dude. I'm a husky guy. I wear big ass shirts. I wear big pants. So I'm sitting there, I'm like 2X, 3X. And she couldn't find me the shirt in a 2X. So she got me a 1X. I actually don't wear it because then it really shows how big I am. So it kind of like sits in my closet. But yeah,
dude, I wear anything from like a small to a fucking like extra large, and then anything bigger than that. I mean, actually, I have some 2Xs that I wear just because, you know, I'm used to wearing baggy shit, but here lately I've gotten into the more fitted. You know, I'm a little guy, so
you look like a little
I've been
guy.
buying. Yeah, I'm fucking small as shit, and I've weighed the same since I was like 15 years old.
Damn.
So I haven't fluctuated in 11 years.
I wish I was that way. I had a high metabolism when I was a kid, and that shit just went gone.
Like whenever I was a kid, my shirts were all like, because most of my shirts were like concert shirts, and back in the day, you had two sizes to pick from: large and extra large. That's all like 90s. That was 90s concerts, large or extra large. So most of my shirts were way too fucking big for me. Like I'm in like, you know, 3rd through 5th grade wearing shirts that are down past my knees.
Christ. Looks like you're wearing a moo-moo and shit.
Yeah, you know, and that wasn't the style back then. You know, years later that became the style.
Hell yeah.
But
I actually owned let's see, way back, I actually used to own a camouflage t-shirt. Motherfucking thing was a 6X. Fucking thing went almost down to my knee. Which I still have.
Yeah. I have some big shirts because every once in a while I'll find like a badass like ICP or Twisted shirt at the Goodwill. And I just sold one. It was like a 3 or 4X Twisted shirt that like I'm like, I can never I would wear it to sleep in, but I could never just go out and sport that shit, you know?
Damn, I wish I would have knew you then. I would have been like, dude, just give me the shirt. I'll take it.
Oh man, I just got done selling a lot of shit. A lot of fucking shit. You missed out.
Yeah. Let's see. Other than obviously other than the wicked shit, are you into like rock, metal, alternative, techno? I won't say disco.
Well, I'm into a lot of shit. Actually, when it comes to disco, Patrick Hernandez, Born to Be Alive, that's my shit. But yeah, I listen to all types of shit. Like I said, whenever I was a kid, it was more like it was like, you know, Kiss and you know, I've seen like Pantera, White Zombie live. Like you know, I was more of a metalhead, and rap wasn't really allowed in my house. In all honesty, my mom didn't give a shit that like I owned you know, Metallica, Korn CDs and shit like that.
Dude, but trust me, back when I was a kid, first thing I ever listened to was on cassette, and it was Korn Issues, and Metallica was Ride the Lightning.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's dope. But well, basically as soon as my mom found out that she could take me to concerts, which my first concert, 1989, Kiss, Hot in the Shade tour. Ever since then, like she just started taking me to shows, and I've been backstage more fucking events than I can tell you. We followed the Misfits all through the 90s whenever they got back together, backstage at multiple shows. White Zombie, Pantera, Anthrax. So like my mom was a thrash head. So I was raised on like, you know, a lot of Megadeth, Metallica, Suicidal Tendencies, shit like that. And then whenever I started like, you know, branching off from what my mom liked, it was, you know, my mom never really actually liked ICP. She thought they were funny at first, and she introduced me to them, but it was never really her thing. ICP is like among the first of like groups that I discovered, which was like ICP, Korn, Limp Bizkit, shit like that. Static X.
I've been to a Static
Slipknot.
X concert. I went to their fuck, what was that? Damn, what was that one album? It's like I can't remember it now. But I've been to one of their concerts. It was Static X, Dope, and I think it was Il Nino or no, it was Static X, Dope, and Head PE.
Head PE is one of my all-time favorites.
I mean, that was of course back when I was in high school.
So many times.
I mean, I was in high school. That was when I was rocking the Trip pants and.
Oh, I still have some Trip pants. I still have some Trip pants in the closet. I don't wear them as much, but I'll bust out like the shorts, every now and again.
Yeah, I noticed in some of your pictures on Facebook, you're rocking the shorts.
Yeah, I got the shorts. I don't give a fuck. But hell yeah, man, it's all about Head PE, especially like SoCal area. Oh man, they're huge around here, like fucking huge.
All right.
First time I saw it was 2009. First time my mom saw Head PE was 98.
All right, let's see. My boy, my dude, pardon me, Real Red Hood, 7012 wants to know, do you like, I've actually never heard of this before. It's called deathcore music.
Deathcore, so when it comes to deathcore, I mean, there's some shit. It really depends on the band. I never fully got into like the genre. I like some doom metal, like fucking Job for a Cowboy, shit like that. But never really fully got into that shit. Like there's some shit here and there. But you gotta throw some names at me and I can tell you.
Are you into okay? This is not part of deathcore. This is just a band I could think of. I'm not even thinking of it randomly. I actually have a fuck ton of their songs on an SD card in my phone. Have you ever? Are you into Five Finger Death Punch?
You know what? That's one group I can never get into, and I think like one of their guitarists or something is even from my hometown, I've heard, but I can never get into them. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I just never do it.
Okay, what about Motionless in White?
Nah,
not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Like there's some shit. I'm just when it comes to metal, especially these days, I'm very picky, choosy. But I can tell you some groups I do like that are, of newer age.
Actually, Red Hood said, do you like As I Lay Dying?
I like some of their older shit. When it comes to like music like that, Every Time I Die, I fucking love like Hot Damn. That's my album. But I like some shit like Poison the Well. I can get into some of that shit. But when it comes to like newer metal, in this moment, I used to watch them practice at a public storage when they were originally called Dying Star. And I used to watch them practice in a public storage. Butcher Babies, my mom lived with one of them for a while there. And they just got announced for the Gathering, so that's pretty fucking dope.
Oh, yeah, I read that. I actually announced it yesterday that the Butcher Babies are going to be at the Gathering.
Yeah.
I actually stumbled upon. You know what? It's weird because I got into In This Moment, and I was listening to one of their songs, and then I was scrolling down and I saw the band. I saw Butcher Baby. I was like, this should be interesting shit to listen to.
Yeah, my mom literally, like when she first moved out to LA, one of the chicks was her roommate. And then when it comes to In This Moment, Chris, the original like guitarist the one who like actually formed the band with Maria. Chris, when they went on the first In This Moment tour, he gave my mom his cat.
Oh shit.
So
yeah.
Rest in peace, kitty kitty. My mom still carries that cat with her everywhere she goes, even though he's dead. She's got like his ashes in a necklace.
Oh, I was about to say, whoa, wow, we're getting some dark shit here when it comes to yeah.
and
You're
then,
talking
and then,
about
like,
carrying him around. It's like, whoa,
carrying
okay.
around a dead cat, you know? No, she's got some of the ashes. She's got some of his ashes in a necklace, and the rest of them are in a Build-A-Bear that she sleeps with at night.
Kind of creepy, but you know, to each their own. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna shoot off a couple of names from some of the bands I actually have on my phone here. Have you ever listened to this band? It's called Starset.
Starset?
Yeah.
Can't say I've heard of them.
You should definitely look them up. They're dope. They've only got like 2 albums out, but they're definitely must listen to. I mean, I'm not gonna push it on you. It's like, dude, you gotta have to fucking listen to this. Do it or die. But what about Disturbed?
Disturbed, you know what? Yeah, I still fuck with Disturbed. I listen to I even, you know, when they have a new album drop, I'll check it out. They're pretty dope. I remember watching like like what was it when their first album came out?
Yeah.
I remember watching their songs premiere on there used to be this channel called MTVX. And it was all rock videos 24/7.
Right.
And I remember watching their shit on there. Disturbs the shit though.
All right, let's see. What about Rammstein?
Definitely.
I'm still waiting for a new one from them.
Definitely all about Sohn, Mutta, all that shit.
I won't bother asking you if you're into Black Veil Brides because you don't seem like that be your cup of tea.
No, not really. I'm into goth. Don't get me wrong, but like Black Veil, that's not goth. I don't know what the fuck that is, but like I am into like some like hardcore like goth. You know, I like Crew Shadows, and then I like industrial shit like Combi Christ. Combi Christ, I'm fucking huge into Combi Christ, like Alien Sex Fiend, shit like that.
Okay, let's see. Red Hood also wants to know, do you have a favorite punk rock band?
When it comes to punk, definitely Suicidal Tendencies. I have like behind my ear, I got a Suicidal Tendencies tattoo.
Okay.
So they've always been one of my all-time favorites. Of course, you know, Misfits. And when it comes to Misfits, I have to say Michael Graves era Misfits, just because like I followed them all throughout that, like, you know, American Psycho and Famous Monsters. I saw them probably at least 10 times around that era.
I realized that Roxy's in the chat. Whoop, what's up, Roxy?
What up, though? Whoop, whoop.
Let's see. Roxy named off some bands: Lamb of God, Slayer, System of the Down, Arch Enemy, OTEP.
Slayer. All about Slayer. I remember seeing Slayer, it was at Ozfest, the year that it was Slayer, Disturbed, Cradle of Filth headlined the second stage, Dimmu Borgir. I think that was the year Judas Priest played. Yeah, that was definitely Judas Priest. But one of the craziest pit memories comes from Slayer at Ozfest. As soon as their pit broke out, all I see is a fist go fly directly across my face. Like, I'm like, the fuck? And there's two big ass skinhead dudes just standing there, just start punching each other in the fucking face. Just
Jesus Christ.
Boom. Boom, just boom, socking each other in the face, and I'm just like, holy fuck! And it literally flew right past me, the first punch. But that's one of the crazy things I've seen.
What about Red Hood wants to know, do you like Linkin Park?
Yeah, I like their older shit. I tried getting into the newer stuff. You know, like I always kept up with them. But definitely whenever Linkin Park first came out, I was like heavy into them. Meteora, you can listen to that album front to back without skipping a single fucking track.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then whenever it turned to like Mids to Midnight, that's when I started like, I don't know if I like the direction they're going.
It's like I'm gonna take the back seat on this.
Pretty much, you know, like, but I still got love for Linkin Park.
I mean, I honestly have a shirt that my dude Red Hood wants. He's seen me wear this motherfucker. He's actually jealous that I own it. Fuck you, Red. Just for you, Red Hood. Fuck you. You're never gonna have a Linkin Park shirt. Let's see. What else do I got?
eBay.
Yeah, eBay, motherfucker. That's where you can go. Or you can go to Hot Topic or Spencer's or wherever the fuck you please. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, you ever heard of a band called Flaw?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I actually got a lot of their music on here.
One of my mom's friends was married to their old guitarist, and he left the group to start a family with my mom's friend.
Damn.
But yeah, Flaw's the shit.
What about Edema?
Edema? Oh, fuck yeah. Jonathan Davis's younger brother? Fuck yeah. Edema's the shit.
Whoa. Jonathan Davis. Korn.
Yep. The lead singer of Edema is Jonathan Davis's half-brother.
I'm about to bump some motherfucking Edema later on. I was wondering why his sound almost sounded similar to Korn. Yeah, Mushroom. What about Mushroom Head?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Mushroom Head's the shit.
I won't even ask you about Chris Jericho's band Fozzy. It's an acquired taste.
Fozzy's out there. Like, I was a big wrestling fan back in the day, so of course whenever he first formed Fozzy, I had to check it out. Yeah, definitely an acquired taste. I never fully got into it, but I respect them. I respect Chris Jericho, so
I think I got a bunch of other little fucking bands in here and shit. Just a couple songs here and there, like Slipknot. That's always gonna be my shit.
See, whenever Slipknot first came out, they had a demo tape before their album came out, before their first, well, not Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat, but before their first major album came out. They had a demo tape, and it had Spit It Out and Wait and Bleed on it. And my mom got it through Hot Topic because she was a manager of Hot Topic at the time. And I played the shit out of that thing. I think my mom, still has the tape somewhere, but I played the shit out of it when it first came out. And man, Slipknot was definitely a big influence on me as a kid. And then, Subliminal Verses came out, and I was like, okay, just like with Linkin Park, I don't really know if I like the direction they're going. And then whenever All Hope Is Gone came out, I thought the album title was very fitting.
Yeah. I actually own hard copies of, I think, 3 albums. I want to say 3.
Oh, I still have the first 3 albums in my, CD case. But I remember when Iowa came out, that shit was so fucking dope. And then, Joey Jordison went on to do Murder Dolls with Wednesday 13.
Right.
I'm huge into Wednesday 13. Fucking big into Wednesday 13.
I'm gonna have to check them out then, because I've never heard of them.
Oh, have you ever heard Murder Dolls?
Yes, I have.
All right, Wednesday 13 was the lead singer of Murder Dolls, and basically, like, their whole first album, Beyond the Valley of the Murder Dolls, is songs from Wednesday 13's old group, Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13. And they just
that one I think I've heard of.
Yeah, like basically Murder Dolls was just rehashing a bunch of old Wednesday 13 shit.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What else do we got here?
You're talking about music. I can go on and on and on when it comes to music.
Yeah, I could tell. Uh, Red Hood keeps coming up with these. Um, I'm gonna take this as a two-way question, both me and you, because you had mentioned Cradle of Filth. Cradle of Filth is my shit. You know, Danny Filth is fucking barbaric when it comes to it. Like hands down. If I could meet him, I think I would die. You like just die right there on the spot. It's like
going back to some questions you asked earlier. Danny Filth is definitely someone I would love to collab with and love to interview.
Cool. Let's see what else we got here. What about you and Marilyn Manson? Because this is Roxy talking.
Oh, all right. So Marilyn Manson. When I was in the 3rd grade, I actually got suspended for wearing a Marilyn Manson shirt to school.
Yeah, because back in the day, Marilyn Manson was that real fucking freaky, creepy dude that you're like, oh, parents were all like, you can't be listening to him. Bad influence.
Meanwhile, while all right, there's like he played like my hometown, and there's protesters there. This was during like Antichrist Superstar era.
Oh, right.
My mom's going into the concert. She didn't want to take me just because of all the protesters. But fuck yeah, I waited whenever Least We Forget came out, the greatest hits. I waited in line 2 days so I could be the first person in line to meet him.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely Marilyn Manson. I can't really, co-sign his newer shit. But yeah, he was definitely one of my big ones.
What about Mudvayne? Because that used to be the shit right there.
All right. So remember how I told you I had ties to In This Moment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On Mudvayne's very last tour, I got to see them for free in Indianapolis because In This Moment was the opener. So I was excited as fuck because I was always really into Mudvayne as a kid. And then I'm guessing, it was towards the end of Mudvayne. Their stage performance to this day was the worst that I've seen out of anyone. And it was heartbreaking because I'm such a Mudvayne fan. But always loved the music. Whenever they first came out, Cud, the lead singer, had to change up his vocal style. Like, if you notice, the first album is way different than anything else they did, like vocally.
Yeah, I really did. And
that's because Cud kept throwing out his voice on their first tour, and they had to cancel a bunch of tour dates. They were on, I want to say it was the Pledge of Allegiance tour, which was it was Mudvayne, who else? American Head Charge, I want to say, and some other people, but they had to cut out half the tour because he completely threw his vocals out.
Right.
And that's why he ended up changing up his vocal style.
Right. Let's see. Both Red Hood wants to know if you like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Alan says, what about Tool?
All right, so Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm in SoCal. There's two groups that you have to like in order to be a SoCal resident, and one of them being Red Hot Chili Peppers and the other one being Sublime. If you don't listen to Chili Peppers or Sublime and you live in the SoCal area, you're not considered a resident. Pretty much. It's crazy.
You don't listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers and Sublime, get the fuck out of our state.
It's even the hardcore cholos, you know what I mean? Whenever fucking Chili Peppers comes on, you see them singing Dream of Californication. But I kind of I'm not the biggest fan of Chili Peppers, but I do respect them and I do like some of their stuff, But it's funny because those are two of the bands you have to like to be considered a SoCal resident.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. It's you don't like these bands, please pack your shit, get the fuck out of our state.
The reason I'm iffy on Chili Peppers though is because this girl I dated in high school, her uncle was a guitar tech. for Chili Peppers.
Oh shit!
So that kind of ruined them for me a little bit.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Alan says, "Fuck yeah, Sublime."
Tool, yes, definitely Tool. Especially like in my youth, like Schism and all that shit. You know, Latheralis. Yeah, I fucked heavy with Tool.
Fuck. There's a couple of other bands here I have on my phone that I don't think are really out there and known as well, but you know, I've got like a single El Nino song. It was from the Freddie versus Chase.
El Nino is one of the only groups to do a Faith No More cover justice. I can say that.
Yeah, because I've noticed a lot lately that bands are doing cover songs from older songs. Like this one band I've listened to, name is fuck, what was the name of their band? It's on here. Fuck you, phone. Don't want to show me now. Never mind. It's called they're called Bad Wolves. I think that's what their name is. And they did they did a cover just this year, actually in February. They dropped it. It was a cover for the Cranberries' "Zombies" on a song, and it came out really dope. They actually dropped a music video where the original, couldn't ignore that for a minute, where they were supposed to have the lead singer from the Cranberries be part of the video and do the vocals, but she had passed before they could get the video underway. So, you know, the song still came out fucking hella dope though. So,
hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Alan says he's also in California, North Cal. So you're obviously in South. You're probably in the South Cal area. He's up north.
Oh yeah, I'm SoCal. I'm like I said, I'm in between LA and San Diego, Riverside County. So
damn, I swear to God, when me and my fiance go on a road trip one of these days, we're dropping into Cali. I know plenty of ninjas in fucking Cali. I'm dropping by.
It's crazy. There's like a lot of ninjas over this way, and it didn't used to be like that. Not at all. Like I remember whenever I would see like someone rocking like anything like ICP or Juggalo related, like when I was in high school, it was like stop everything. You know what I mean? I got to meet this guy.
Right. Oh, okay. Here we go. He just said Alan says he's in Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento. That's up there by my boy Goat Boy.
He just literally dropped his location for everybody to go and drop by his shit. So if anybody's gonna be watching this later and you get to this part of the stream and you see his location, go visit him.
See, the farthest north I've gotten is Bakersfield. I lived up there for a little bit, but that's kind of like that's mid-California. Never made it to Sacramento though.
I've actually only probably been to, I would say, let's see, I've lived in New York my whole life. I've vacationed in Florida 3 times. I've been to Washington State at least 5 times, and that's because my fiance lives there. In between that, having to fly there, I've been to Newark, New Jersey. I've been to Chicago Airport. I've been to at least 3 or 4 different airports. So I've been in other states. I've just never visited the actual state outside of the airport.
See, like I've done a lot of road trips. Like growing up in the Midwest and being a concert goer, I lived in southern Indiana. I'm from Evansville, Indiana, and prime location for the Midwest because everywhere is in driving distance. So when we would go to shows, like we could drive to like Indianapolis, Chicago, Illinois, um, St. Louis, Missouri, Tennessee, Cleveland, Ohio. So like we were literally like primely located in the center of the Midwest to where we could go all over. And we used to just, let's go to St. Louis today. Fuck it. Love St. Louis. Love St. Louis. Love Chicago. Yeah. But my favorite place to see shows is in this place called Sauget, Illinois. Pops. If you ever get a chance to go to any fucking show there, definitely do it. They know how to fucking party in Sauget.
No, definitely I'll put that up to consideration, and you'll have to remind me at a later date. Because I will fully admit I do not have the best memory in the world.
Sauget, it's like, even though it's Sauget, Illinois, it's right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. So it's like right over the border.
Alan retracted his location. I know where you live. You live in Sacramento, California. I'm not going to forget that.
We know your name. We know where you live.
We know your name. We know where you live. We are coming for you, Alan. But yeah. Final thoughts, final questions. Okay, we all know that Zodiac Imprint's going to be playing The Gathering. So I've heard. I've seen it on Twitter.
Oh, is that official now? Because I didn't know that.
I actually saw it on Twitter. Like I think it was like last week.
See, I don't tweet.
Alan says no proof. So there's no actual physical proof that they're going to be there. But it's rumor for now.
All right. If anyone were to play The Gathering from MNE's side, which, it's rumored that someone is,
right, that
would be dope. That would be fucking crazy fresh.
It really
I remember when Zodiac Imprint was supposed to come out way back in the day, and I remember when ROC
got psychopathic.
Yeah, I remember when ROC signed with Hatchet House,
Right.
And, like there was a lot of hype for Zodiac Imprint, and then basically as soon as ROC joined up with Psychopathic, he was right back off and doing nothing. So it's cool that after all of these years that he was able to fully come back through Magic Ninja. Right. Magic Ninja gets a lot of heat, a lot of shade, and fuck the politics. When it comes to the music,
right,
they're doing their thing. Like I said, like I feel like they need to they need a little more direction in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
Like Psycho, but at the same time, I it's also cool that they're constantly dropping shit. So it's like, like they're giving artists more control of their own shit. Right. But whereas Psychopathic, it's like it's the waiting game. But I feel like that's because they're really building up the artist. Now Ouija, that's something totally different. He came in there and immediately a fucking album drops. You know what I mean? Before he's even actually
talking about what? Trash Fire?
Trash Fire, I mean, he did that on his own.
Oh, okay.
Which was dope. He pulled some like ICP old school tactics. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm signed to the label, but I'm gonna drop this on my own entity. So, but Trash Fire was dope, and Gutter Water. I mean, who can say that they joined up with Psychopathic Records and within less than a year of joining the label had an full album out?
Alan said M&E came to my city for 420. After the show, I got to kick it with Blaze. That's dope as fuck.
Yo, Blaze has always been my guy. Blaze is the fucking shit.
I mean, I've been watching a lot of I've watched at least 3 videos that ABK has dropped and on YouTube. Not on a channel of his, is under this other channel. But I have noticed that he still reps the hatchet. He has a handmade beaded hatchet man that he wears. He still calls out he still does the whoop whoop. He still, like Juggalo down to the day I die. Like the last video I watched of his, he had oh my god, he had a bunch of fucking juggalos. He even sat there, he was talking to one of the juggalos that got kicked out of that one Twisted show for sitting there chanting ICP. Here's the thing. Did y'all know that this dude, this is just one of them. This guy that got kicked out is actually blind. Physically, he can't see shit. That just makes Monoxide more of a bitch, because it's just that you kicked the blind guy out, man. Come on. He couldn't even see the guy on stage. He couldn't even see nobody on stage. He's just trying to enjoy a fucking show, throw out some chants, and then you're gonna kick his ass out. Wow. Congratulations. What?
Yeah, like I said,
I just need my boots.
It's hard to not look at the politics sometimes.
Right.
But I mean, all that shit aside, I still got love for Twisted as a group. Monoxide, he's I don't know, I'm iffy on Monoxide. Like, even whenever it was announced that KMK was coming back together, he's on his live stream like, that ain't KMK. That's just Loken Saint. That ain't KMK. But then what happens? Twisted is featured on the album. It's like, how are you gonna say you're not like?
Okay, Skits. Yes, you made it to the interview, but unfortunately, this is the end of the interview. So, I mean, because I'm gonna have to. I mean, I enjoy sitting here shooting the shit with homies and shit during the interviewing, but I do. It's rolling on 1:30. It's another half hour before we have to roll out to get her cast removed. So I should end this now with thank you to CaliGreen2Fresh for letting me do this interview with you. It was hella dope. I'm pretty sure I'll get a lot of fucking views after the fact. This was really fun. It's always fun to chill with a homie, interview him, just shoot the shit and stuff. But yeah, Skits, catch me later. I'm doing Mr. McInhoe's later. So make sure your ass is in that chat early, motherfucker, or I will find you.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to McInhoe's.
Yeah, shout out to McInhoe's. I will see you later. Again, I'm Virus, aka Chaos Clown Joker. This is CaliGreen2Fresh. This was the interview with the man, the myth, the legend. Just gonna throw some shit on there. But yeah. Also, if you're on Discord, go and check out the Juggernauty Discord. Also, go and check out Don Chaos's Discord, Cult of Chaos. If y'all notice, I've also hashtagged this motherfucker Juggalos. Juggalo's gonna Juggalo. And don't forget, y'all motherfuckers keep this shit wicked. Again, I'm Virus, and I'm knocking you off, Crazy McCormick, because I'm out this bitch. Deuces.
Whoop whoop.
All right, that was. I'm actually getting really good at these interviews. Let's see. You're like what? Let's see. You're like probably like the 6th dude I've interviewed. So I'm not so.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I do. We'll reverse this too. I'll get you for an interview because I do a thing called Interview with the Juggalo. I haven't done one in a while.
All right, yeah, sure. Anytime. I'm free all day, every day.
Oh, I heard that. My schedule is getting ready to get really fucking hectic. But find time and make it happen. I still got Crazy McCormick's on my next one. So, and he's been on the list for a while.
Okay. Okay.
But
I gotta get my walker.
All right, but yeah, I should definitely get going. I gotta go upstairs and get my mom's walker.
It's cool, man.
So,
I got to
all
go.
right, so man, you know, tell your I don't know your wife, but you know, tell her if I ever said hi and shit. So, you know. All right.
She's still asleep.
All right, so yeah, you know what? Keep it wicked. Have a nice day, bro. And hopefully I'll see you in the chat later for Mr. McEnhoes.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I can do it, I'll be there.
All right, man.
All right.
Later much.
Peace.